Hey, how are you? I'm Mark Palchick. I recently moved to the District of Columbia from the suburbs, and I gotta tell you, I really love DC. But it's getting really expensive, right? I mean, do you know what it costs these days to buy a politician? And you don't get good value. I mean, we've got a city council member that tweeted that the Jews can control the weather. The Jews, really? Come on. They haven't controlled the weather since they left Egypt the first time. And besides which, if they really had that superpower, they'd keep Manhattan warm. There'd be no need for that exodus to Miami every year. But I do love the District of Columbia. I like the clubs like RiRa. I love the diversity. I love the locally sourced muggers. And some of my old suburban neighbors look at me like, "Oh, God, Mark, how can you move to the District of Columbia? It's so urban." Some of my new Columbia Heights neighbors, on the other hand, look at me like I'm patient zero. Yeah, of that dreaded luxury condo disease. Yeah, you know, gentrification. Look, I get it. Gentrification is a serious problem, but it's also very complicated. Take my neighborhood. Right now we have a very delicate balance. 2/3 of the families have lived there for generations. What was once a food desert is now blooming with food choices. We have, in my neighborhood, 5 bodegas. 5 bodegas. That's not gentrification. And we have 2 farmers markets. Oh shit. Yeah, that's gentrification. Yeah. And, you know, my neighborhood is also a little bit safer because I live there. When I go drinking with my neighbors, and we encounter our locally sourced free-range mugger, statistics show that I'm far more likely to be mugged. Which means that they'll be ensconced safely in their warm little beds long before I bleed out. Okay, look, I admit it, I did not grow up here. I grew up in Akron, Ohio, where our #1 form of entertainment was to go to evangelical churches to be saved. I got to see the Reverend Rex Humbard preach at the cathedral tomorrow. Oh my God, was he amazing. He had such charisma. He had such power. You know, he had the power to take away all of my sins. He had the power to take away all of my illnesses. He had the power to take all major credit cards, except for American Express. And oh boy, howdy, I wanted that power. So I went to my counselor, and I said, "Rabbi, I want to be an evangelical preacher." That did not go well. So I became the next best thing. You know, a lawyer. Hey, look, you know, lawyers can be okay. I mean, there's a whole bunch of them over there. They can be very, very useful as sleep aids. If you don't believe me, ask one of them what they do all day. If you're not asleep in 10 minutes, you're not listening. But look, I understand that people like calling lawyers about as much as they like calling undertakers. But if Grandma died, you gotta call the undertaker, right? And you better call a lawyer if you're the one that killed Grandma. All I'm trying to say is that, there you go, see? Is that we would be so much better off if we just called lawyers before we did stupid stuff. You got to think of lawyers like condoms. Yeah. You got to use them before you get screwed. I'm Mark Palchick. Thank you very much for supporting Live Comedy.